all this beautiful life, you know, on this small pavement space here. Beautiful life and food in abundance. There are some beautiful basil seed that I started. Seedlings that I started from seed. So I lived a bit late, but I want them to come in and, you know, kind of grow around the perimeter, you know, and be a companion plant for these tomatoes and, you know, whatever else going in the garden. But for this space, as you can see, it's mostly tomatoes. You know, beautiful morning. Got these healthy cucumber growing up my chalice here that I using from a dead tree branch. So that's beautiful. My little pollinator friend went. You see a bunch of butterflies around the area, guys. Check that out. We have a lot of tomato stocks. Look at that. That's one tomato plant. It's a Roma type tomato. We got some here to harvest. And our first big bunch we didn't get to harvest because something, you know, animal or a critter or something got at it. Maybe 6, 7 nice ripe one that was on that first branch right there. It was my first harvest, you know, my intended harvest, and I didn't get around to it quickly enough. So whoever take it, animal or human, I hope you guys enjoy it. But I look a bit disappointed. Here's my pollinator friend down there. That's beautiful. These are more late tomato that I put in, you know, the better boy. Filling up nicely. And these are the Taste Master. Filling up nicely, all going up the chalice. Vertical growing. Got some cucumber coming in on this vine here. So in the next month, you know, harvesting and I'll be at its peak. These beautiful pollinator plants. I have quite a few of them that I propagate. I'm gonna be putting all around the perimeter. So just attract bees, butterflies, different insect and pollinators. Set these up. I'm gonna fill them in today with some extra plants that I have in the late summer, you know, for that fall harvest. Got some beans that I just added in, replacing the sinap peas that was in. These are some lima bean. A beautiful marigold marigold. I always say Mary, you know, but it's actually marigold is the pronunciation. You know, me and my patois accent and the way of pronunciating words sometimes different way. You say marigold simple, but it's marigold is the pronunciation, and the spelling is obviously M-A-R-I, not M-A-R-Y, you know, so that's healthy bok chai. Even growing up we call it pop chai or pak chai, you know, but it's actually with a B, so bok chai. You know, they came up earlier than expected, you know, so needless to say I need to harvest them and replace new seed in that pot. But they're pretty healthy, all organic, no type of fertilizer in any way. But they definitely came up quicker than the harvest date that was on the expectation, you know, of the amount of days that it takes. They're kind of quicker relatively, but mine even quicker than it. As you can see, we have some seeds going in that one, so I need to harvest those one and enjoy, you know, some beautiful callaloo. Hey guys, there was a bumblebee going by a while ago. Oh yeah, as you can see as well, these spearmint, this is planted, need to harvest this and clip this extra bloom. I mean, I do support blooming and pollinate, you know, pollination for the garden. As you can see, this wasp, you have good healthy wasps as well that help with different insects in the garden. But overall, this is a recent cutting that I started, even though it seems so bushy and spreading, you know, taking off so well. Look at all these healthy branches. You know, it's actually just few months old, guys, from cutting to placing in this container. Beautiful butterfly here distracting me. You know, it's new, so I need to cut off these, not letting them go so much, so I can have this plant to bunch up some more and branch off and keep growing and not focusing on blooming right now. So I'm gonna harvest these, make tea and enjoy. Same thing with these extra bok chai here. You know, you see the butterfly coming because it's all attract from all these blooms. I need to get these one harvest, freshly cook, enjoy in the kitchen later on here. A little bit of thing need to be organized, you know, really, but it's my beautiful Carolina Reaper plant, you know, pepper. Just transplant maybe a little over a month ago, so excited to see what's gonna take place here shortly in the next coming month, you know, so should be all nice. Oh yeah, these are my more permanent pollinator. As you can see, beautiful bumblebee enjoying a morning snack. So these are some oregano as well. I'm not sure what species, but I don't even really harvest this one much, but it's been here for years. That's the same one that take over. Sometimes even adding plants growing in the driveway here, or as you can see along the wall. You know, that's beautiful butterflies. Yeah, really super healthy environment, guys. And previous year, you remember I used to plant tomato, okra, all different plants used to growing in this spot here. But for recent times, I plant callaloo and they just take over. So I've been just leaving them. You know, every year they come up. I don't have to plant new seed, and you know, so I add in these marigold, not marigold, but marigold, to be a pollinator, or you know, to be a companion plant and to help, you know, with pollination, and also help, you know, deter pests, you know. But honestly, as you can see, natural callaloo, organic, you can see all these, you know, bites on the leaf, you know. So not sure if the marigold work as much in the sense, but still beautiful healthy callaloo, you know, organic, no pesticide, no spray, nothing, no fertilizer, just water and nature, natural sunlight. As you can see how bright this get on this side of the house. So I need to come in and harvest this callaloo, as you can see as well. Extra seed, you don't really want that, or the plant getting too tough and the bark is here. So need to harvest those callaloo. Oh yeah, just wanna check in a bit with you guys, show you what's going on in the small space outside garden here. You know how beautiful and how healthy the environment can be and alive. You know, my own nature oasis. Look at that, that's beautiful. And all these are just from cuttings. This beautiful basil, these two was cutting from it. I have video update to share with you guys, so check in, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and look out for a lot more to come as we're heading into the fall. So I'm going to be putting in some fall crop, you know, ready to harvest. As you can see, all my preparation space still, you know, mixing dirt, you know. Yesterday I went and got some extra soil and a beautiful organic chicken fertilizer, soil covered underneath there, so stay tuned for that as well. This thing actually, guys, is right in the way, and that's another video. But I have some organic compost tea brewing in this. You know, it's a old recycle container. Did wash it pretty much nicely with bleach and everything, but it's not full all the way, you know. But it's all compost tea brewing, you know, that liquid fertilizer, you know, with organic chip cuttings, you know, mostly callaloo and that healthy vegetable. You know, so I'm having that brew. So it's kind of in the way, but I'm gonna move it, you know, shortly as I get this stage. But this is all new as well. My container preparation era, you know, just my little growing space that I'm adding in. You know, so a lot of new addition and nice future content to come. So look out for more, you know, happening harvesting time. You know, starting crop from seed. And as you can see, this season I was a bit more hands-on, so hopefully you guys, you know, appreciate that more, that I did start all these from seed, you know, which I had on a live video, so you can go and check that out as well. But yeah, all my crop this season I started from seed. So all this, everything is from a single seed, except this beautiful rosemary plant, which you can see she's ready to transplant as well into the soil. You know, just like these cuttings here, you know, except that I didn't start from seed. Or even these tomato here in the back, some more just extra that didn't, you know, make it into the ground. As you can see, the space over there, so much tomato going in the garden floor. You know, these ones really didn't make it in the ground either, but they're still growing and flourishing. Might put them in pots at the end here to get at least some harvest, but sometimes just not everything make it, guys. I feel like I definitely plant too much seeds this season that I could, you know, keep up at and even have space for necessary. You know, these are some extra cucumber seedling, more tomato as well. You know, there's still time to put these in a couple pots and get some harvest in before the season closes, you know. But it's just an experience as for me as well. Is all season cabbage. I know for sure I will get harvest of these before the season closes as well, you know, late summer here into fall. Oh yeah, these butterflies just everywhere following me around. Oh yeah, guys, stay tuned, you know, subscribe to the channel, like and share, and as this space come along, and look out for a lot more. You know, we also have a lot growing in the back, more sweet chard and a lot more kale is growing in the back there, and some special plants, herb and spices, you know, growing in the back. So we have a lot more, you know, going on, but not organized fully yet, as I'm creating new space and creating new experience for you all, as for myself, as I'm growing as well, so, and learning too, you know. But stay tuned, you know. Another companion plant that I add there. So I'm just developing this space, definitely. You know, all this was used to be bush and, you know, overgrown in many ways, you know, just like how the back here that I cut down in different time. When I came here, you know, I remember these was all just bush. You know, as you can see, some part of the garden floor here is actually the pavement. This area used to have a lot of rocks, so much weed. You know, go back in old video when I was using my machete to cut on these hills, you know, so it's just a beautiful thing overall. And to see all the health and wealth of gardening, you know, and all that is flourishing on the floor here, you know, the soil, the garden bed, you know, it's just amazing, guys. And you know, it's not difficult, you know, as you can see, this is just a all tent frame metal, and all I'm using it is to just help support, and where I can use string and chalice these tomatoes to go up vertical, you know, so a lot more in smaller space. These are the Roma species tomato. There's literally, I think, 21, because there's like 7 going down in the row. And then we have the better boy in the middle doing awesome, and then the taste master at the end. Some of those other tomato are different ones that I have grown over the years, some seeds that I have not even labeled. I don't remember all of them, you know, and then what I have started from seed pack that I have bought, you know. I'm excited to see butterfly just everywhere following me. And there's another other butterfly, you know, like the monarch butterfly and different species, but I realize that this is one of the most popular one around. It's white looking butterfly. In the back I feel like there's a lot more that come, because there's dill plant as well in the back, and you know, carrot in the back, and some of these that did make it in the ground as well. Radish. So there's some radish in the back blooming, so they're attracting different pollinators as well. So I see different butterfly and dragonflies around. I'm excited to see what these cucumber, which I'm gonna give them some of that chicken feed, organic fertilizer that I got, because the literary guys haven't get anything as yet. Just planted in this organic space, soil, sunlight and water. You know, this I feel like gonna give me some of my earliest crop, as it is putting in fruit, and hence the name early fortune, you know. So there's 4 different species of cucumber here. You know, early fortune, pickle bush, just bush, bushy, this one is called, and then this is our golden silver. Yeah, not even, is it golden or actually no, garden silver, but yeah, you get the picture. But yeah, stay tuned, look forward. This video a little bit longer than I wanted it originally, which is a garden update and a feature video, you know, not necessarily a short. So lock in, stay tuned for what's next to come, and I'm looking forward to be walking through this beautiful oasis and my beautiful curve here, going down the wedding walkway of my beautiful cucumber. You know, so I'm looking forward to see what, you know, next to come in the next couple months in this space. So lock in, stay tuned for what's next to come when I clock in, you know. So you just lock in, because there's a lot in when I clock in. All right, subscribe to the channel. All these extra mints and just things that we leave, you know, grow overgrown. In the neighbor a bit, some weed extra growing this season, as I think the permanent resident are not in the area recently more, so this season. So otherwise, but we do leave a lot to overgrow and just grow and create nice, you know, abundance and pollinate and welcoming plants for insect and, you know, the bees and everybody, the butterfly, all that pollinator loving creatures. Everywhere. Oh yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, one love. All right, see you on the next video.